Good evening, teacher. Our group is formed by Jativa Edwin, Lema Diego, Ruiz Geraldine, and Salazar Nelly. And this is the final exam, Transforming Education. Title: Ecuador is the 90th place out of 112 countries in the world, ranking of English proficiency. Problem: the industrialized educational paradigm and a minimum warlock in institutions for learning English.
Ecuador in 19th place of 112 countries in the world ranking of English proficiency. EF's surveys of 2 million adults highlights global trend in English proficiency. EF Education Spheres published its annual global ranking of English proficiency, drawing data from 2 million non-native English speakers in 112 countries and regions. Ecuador remains one of the 2 countries in Latin America with the worst level of proficiency in the English language, only above Mexico. The score is 440 out of 1,000, according to the English Proficiency Index 2021 report. This qualification is equivalent to an A1 level, very low. There is a slight improvement compared to 2020, which obtained 411 out of 100, but it fell to 90th place among 112 participant countries, when in 2020 it was 8th first among of 100 nations. Regarding of countries, the study refers to the 5 cities with the best level of English, which are Cuenca with 485 points, Quito with 418 points, Guayaquil with 477 points, Ambato 463 points, and Loja 453 points. It should be noted that the Garden Gap countries, with a woman who obtained 422 points and men 458 points. In Ecuador, regarding the age group, those who obtained the highest score were those between 31 and 40 years old, followed by those between 26 and 30, and those 41 years and older.
Causes and effects. With Ecuador having one of the worst scores in English proficiency in the world, and in the Americas only ahead of Mexico and Haiti, the level of English language proficiency has increased in Ecuador since 2015, especially in adults over 30 years old. This is attributed to educational system, intensive courses, and access to media in English. And this motivates to people to receive economic incentives and better job opportunities. Above all, in the city of Cuenca, which leads the Ecuadorian cities in terms of the best level of English, since the compulsory teaching of English language was established in 1992. But the workload in educational establishment has been reduced to only 2 hours a week. This and the educational paradigm that emerged in the industrial era, where hierarchy, planning, control, and standardization with repetitive and unattractive strategies dominate, don't contribute to the population to maintain an interest in learning English for themselves. The workload has been reduced to give priorities to subjects considered more relevant in the curriculum of each institution. And because there isn't enough budget invested in education, The courses assigned to English are not extensive, and neither is investment in new teaching technologies or extracurricular courses to improve the English in public institutions. Currently, in times of quarantine, education was forced to move to a virtual environment. Now, now implementing ICT that were unknown to the students. This, on the one hand, doesn't favor to youngest to acquire an appropriate grasp of this language, and the course assigned to the teaching of English hasn't changed in the curriculum of Ecuadorian institution either.
Solution for the literal, attractive, and extreme pedagogical change in English. You could use a learn method to provide an attractive and pleasant pedagogy in English. In this case, it will be the following method. And teaching English use and methodology based on communication. It is education approach whose emphasis is on helping students to use a language other than their mother tongue in various contexts. Consider learning interventions of the language to be of great relevance. The object of the detailed model is enable the person who has learned a second language to be to produce the real communication both oral and with other speaker of that foreign language to meet these objective teachers of foreign language. For example, English will use text recording of various material with which they will carry out activities that seeks to imitate has faithfully has a possible situation that the student can experience outside the classroom from a basic conversation, maybe a supermarket to experience your toe in a circle of friends or classmates or maybe or college. Next, I will mention certain recommendations to improve not only the pedagogical change but also to improve the learning of the English language in the school and university. Students has a will has for teachers. For example, I think give students frequency opportunity to speak English through activities such as English clubs, theme days, classrooms, field workshops, field trips, and with speakers. Provide a forum for teachers to share best practice and receive advice on teaching English effective. Give teachers a direct role to improve their English and include English professional requirements in all university majors. Hello, subject to read how in English both the teacher and the students meet the English level requirement.
Possible solution and conclusion. Despite the fact that learning English is compulsory, Ecuador is seeing the worldwide allowed level of proficiency in the language on a global scale. This low sufficiency makes it difficult for students to access and apply for international scholarships to continue their postgraduate studies at foreign universities. In this line, one of the limitations to learn the language is that students consider that teaching is not done properly and they see it as tedious activity. Changes in teaching. Since English became a compulsory curriculum subject in 1992, several aspects have changed in the teaching process up to the present. For example, today the use of technology predominates while the existence of applications and social networks that involve the students in friendship networks. All this contributes to creating learning environments that strengthen the skills of students. The use of technologies allows students to establish contact with the English language in real context, and that learning takes place in a visual and auditory way. A laboratory to learn, where the students has access to bibliographic resources, games, video room and computers, and can interact and do professional practice in an interactive environment, as well as friendship networks to strengthen their knowledge of English. The increase in hours that in schools can be solved with more teachers in this area, and giving limitations to areas that today are lagging, begging, and not begging important to go abroad in the world. There is shortage of teachers for the teaching of the second language, so all the necessary modalities will be implemented so that the students from second grade receive 3 hours per week, while the 5 hours that in upper basic and high school will remain the same.